Last night, I finished the season finale of Raised by Wolves. That's violent. I didn't know the I didn't know the little thing on the. This is just a website. I'm not watching a video. It's just the website. This show is something else. Of course you can see visually, it's a bit striking. This is, of course, the first 2 episodes were directed by Ridley Scott. You can almost see his fingerprints on the way that this looks. Beautifully shot, right? Acted very well. The basic storyline is you start off and these two you see these 2 androids. They kind of introduce themselves as androids. And they basically have some sort of harvest thing that they attach to one of them. And a bunch of babies are there. And these children, they're human children. And you start to slowly learn this story about there's sort of a civil war happening on Earth. And that the androids were sent for these humans to basically be a new civilization. And then a lot of things happen. Now, I watched all 10 episodes, as I said. I watched the season finale. Season finale, not series finale, because that would be a bummer. But season finale last night. And I know very little. April walked in, I paused it, and I said, because she hadn't watched it at all. It doesn't appeal to her. The aesthetic, the look of the movie or the show, just not something that she's into. I love Ridley Scott, and pretty much if he has anything to do with anything, he's one of those people. I'm gonna watch it. And since he's been producing that, he directed the first 2 episodes. His son directed some of the other ones. Of course, I was interested in this. Of course, I wanted to see it. But there was 11 minutes in the episode, series finale, left. And I said, I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Like, the weird thing is I know that when the next season comes out, I will watch it. Because I'm curious. I'm a curious dude. And I like the look of things, and now I like some of the characters in it. But I almost feel duped in a weird way. I almost feel like, and I said this to April. I said, I feel like I'm a pretty smart guy. Okay? I feel like I am. I feel dumb watching this. I feel like I'm not smart enough to get it. And of course, April, being who she is, she goes, "Oh, you know that's not true." And I'm like, yeah, but that's how this show makes me feel. It makes me feel like I'm too dumb to get it. Now, that's the funny thing. You just cut right to the chase, Merrill Digital, and I respect that. You said, was the show any good? You know that gif of that lady? That's basically my review of this show. My review of that show would be that gif. Because I don't know. All I know is I'm kind of, as I said, I'm enjoying the production side of things. So I'm looking at, oh my God, look at how that looks. Look at the lighting. Look at the way that it's filmed. Look at all that stuff. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at, beautiful to watch. Just visually. The sound is amazing. The music is great. The music is haunting and weird, just like the show is. I just really like everything about it, except I don't know what's going on. Okay? I don't know. When I watch it again, I don't know. It's so confusing. Like, I'm really curious what other people say. I'm curious what other people say about it. Because I don't know. The show is so, the plot is so strange and keeps morphing and changing. Like you kind of feel like, okay, these are the heroes. Those three people, those are the heroes. We're following them. Then it changes. And now you're following these people. And you're like, okay, they're the bad guys? Are we following the bad guys? Who's the bad guys? Who's the good guys? I still don't know. That's not exactly true. I kind of know who the good guys and bad guys are finally, but I'm so confused as to where, like, what the hell did all of that mean? And unfortunately, I can't tell you, I can't talk about it if you hadn't seen it. I'm not one of those, I'm always one of those people that I avoid spoilers at all possible. You know? It's not a moral issue. It's not a moral thing. It's more of like, I don't know who I'm supposed to be rooting against and rooting for. Like it's almost like, hey, this is happening. And there's these androids and you start falling in love with the androids and then they do something really bad. And you're like, okay, that's terrible. And then you start liking them again. And then you're introduced to this group of people. And you're like, oh, they start off doing something really bad. Like really bad. Then they do kind of like, I don't know who to root for. I don't know who I want to die and who I want to survive. I just know that things happened. So can I recommend it? I say if you look at that. If that right there, it doesn't matter what the sound is. Just look at it. Hey, look at it. But if you look at that and go, that looks intriguing. That looks interesting. I want to know more about that. Because again, that's pretty violent. If you look at that and you go, that looks interesting, then I would say go for it. It looks insanely good. Yes. It's beautifully shot. Like, I look at it and go, I could never do that. I could never make something look that good and have that sort of aesthetic, that sort of the cinematography of it. It's so amazing looking. And it sounds amazing. The acting, sometimes, like, I remember in the first 3 episodes, because that's how they did it, I think. I think when the season premiere or whatever, they did 3 episodes at once on HBO Max. And by the 3rd episode, I'm going, okay, it looks amazing, but I don't know. I don't know about this show. I'm going to give it one more episode. The next episode happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. Okay, you got me. I'm going to watch it through, at least through this first season. And then by the end of the season, I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. There's almost a supernatural element. And then some things happen that you're like, is that even... I'm so off kilter on it. So I would say if you look at it and you say, that looks interesting, give it a shot. You might like it. But it is very, and I will say this without hesitation, it's very cerebral. It's almost meditative at points. It's almost like a poem in a way. if that makes sense. Like, there's something that keeps me coming back, but I'm like, I still don't get it. Can you just explain it to me like I'm 5, please? Because I'm not understanding this. So I don't know what else to say. I feel like like I said, I honestly felt all at once a little bit duped, like I was tricked into watching it. But I'm still curious, which I think that's the point of any good, really good art. It kind of makes you think, and it makes you go, okay, maybe. But then maybe this is a waste of time. I don't know. It's a tough one. I would say if you have HBO Max, give it a shot. If you don't have HBO Max, don't just get HBO Max to watch it. Unless you're a huge Ridley Scott fan and you looked at that and went, oh yeah. That looks exactly like what because me, I love sci-fi. I love really high quality sci-fi stuff. So I was in the first 20 seconds of the trailer, which is pretty much what that is. I was like, I'm in. I don't care. I'm watching it. I'm watching that to see what's going on. And I'm still confused about it. So, like if I was going to give it a rating, I would give it a 3 out of 4. But if you like things spelled out, you're not going to like it. Because there's a lot of, well, maybe. There's just a lot of questions. I'd really like to know what you think, so please leave your comments below on what we talked about. And of course, consider hitting that subscribe button and give it a like if you enjoyed it. It really does help. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.